In this tutorial, I will be going over some of the basic segments in FPS Creator. So what I mean by them is I'll basically be showing you how to create your first room here. So first thing we're going to do is go over to our library and click on segments. Now what we want to do is add some new segments here, so of course click on add new segment. Now I'm going to be using the sci-fi items. All the segments that we're going to be using are in rooms. As you can see, if you scroll up and down, we basically have just the default of whatever has come with FPS Creator. You can buy packs and stuff that will give you more. But just using the default here, what I'm going to do is just go through some of these here. We'll stay with this laboratory stuff here. So basically we have laboratory ceiling, which means this, when you put this in your map, it's going to act as the ceiling of your room. We have some corners, which instead of being a square corner like you see here, it will be rounded. A laboratory full means that it's made up of all the other segments. So if you'll notice down the line, we have low, middle, top, and we have ceiling. So what that means is this segment right here has all of these put together. The only one that's missing is the corner, which you can add yourself. Low basically is just the bottom of our segment. Medium would be, of course, the medium. Top would be the top right before the ceiling. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Laboratory Full and say OK to add it to our library. Now once it's in our library here, if I zoom in, you'll see we have this square and then we have an S there, which basically means that it's going to paint all segments to do with the current one that I've selected, which is Laboratory Full. So if let's say I left click and I just drag out a 3x3 room here. So that makes basically 9 units what we have. You'll notice that we have basically the floor, the inside walls, and if I scroll over here we have the outside walls. Now if I go up a level, you'll notice that we don't have any ceiling or anything. Now what we can do to get the ceiling, of course you can add a new segment and you can pick the laboratory ceiling, but because we're using the laboratory full, this segment already has the ceiling in it. So I'm going to hit cancel. Make sure that I have my laboratory section selected, and I'm going to hit F on my keyboard. F stands for basically floors. So basically what this is saying to me is it's only going to paint the floor segment, which is also the ceiling. So if I just left click and start dragging, you'll see it's painting the ceiling. Now you don't have to remember all these keyboard shortcuts. They're also up here at the top in your toolbar. You have your interior, exterior, you have your walls, which we'll do shortly, the floor, and we basically have a pick, which I'll show you how to use that. So basically what I'm going to do is go back down a level here, and let's pretend that I wanted to add another 3x3 room here. So basically to get back into the paint all segments, all I have to do is click A on my keyboard or come up and basically choose the interior. So now that I have this, I'm just going to draw another 3x3 here. Now you can see this room's getting very big. So what I want to do is add some walls here. I can either come up here to our toolbar and click on paint wall segments, or I can press the letter M on my keyboard here. Now you'll see that we have an arrow facing basically upwards right now. What this means is wherever this arrow is facing, so currently it's facing at the top here, it's going to place a wall segment along this unit here. Now I can rotate this by pressing R. So basically it just rotates it 90 degrees. So what I'm going to do is just paint some walls here. All you have to do is put the arrow wherever you want and then just left click. And you'll see that it will start painting walls for you. So I'm just going to add a few in here. There we go. Now to get back, again, all we have to do is press A. If for some reason your S was, upside down or left or right or whatever, all you have to do is hit R to put it back to where it should be, which is basically in the downward position. What I'm going to do is add another new segment. I'm just going to pick one here, and I'm just going to draw this off screen here. It doesn't really matter. What I want to do here is just show you what the pick segment is. So basically up on here we have a pick segment toolbar button, or you can press the letter K on your keyboard, and what you'll get is this box that says pick. Now what this does basically is it allows you to pick any segment that you have on your map, and then basically what it's going to do is allow you to paint with it, so you don't have to always go back to your library. So basically, say if I click on our laboratory here, I can start painting the laboratory segments. Now currently I still have my laboratory segment picked, but let's pretend I wanted my detention block, so I can hit K again, pick my detention block, and then I can start painting again. Now just like using entities or anything like that, say if you have some segments and you don't, like say I want to get these ones out of here, all I have to do is right click on the segment and basically just paint over it by right clicking, which will remove the segments. The same goes to this as floors, so I could remove floors if I wanted to. I can also remove walls, etc., etc. So that's pretty much it for your basic segments. We'll have a quick look at some other stuff in the upcoming tutorials, but that is all for this.